All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from Pro Craps Casino Gaming TV channel. How is everybody doing? We got a bunch of folks here already chatting it up to get things started, which is cool. A lot of going on today, I think. We're going to have a fun morning. Now, this could be another really, really short show. If you remember I think it was Friday, when I was supposed to have the dishwasher repair guy come and fix our dishwasher. They never showed up Friday. They didn't show up yesterday like they were supposed to. Now, we're supposedly first on the list today in that 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock window. So maybe at some point today, the doorbell rings and our show ends like that. So hopefully we'll get some goodness in before that happens. Hopefully they'll come today, because I got to tell you, washing dishes by hand for 2 weeks sucks. It sucks. Washing silverware sucks. I can tell you that from now firsthand experience. So anyway, here we go. Make sure I set my face there. All right, let's talk. Let's get the announcements in here. I want to make sure that we're talking through things that are important before I jump into the things that are fun. So again, your daily DiceCon reminder, Vegas, June 19th to the 21st. I'm going to be there the 18th to the 22nd. We got our plane tickets. We're staying, by the way, at Planet Hollywood. Yeah, Planet Hollywood we're staying, which is cool because we're going to go see Chris Rock and not Chris Rock, Chris Angel. I love Chris Angel. We got Angel tickets, and we're going to do another show while we're there, and we're getting our dinner plans figured out. It's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait. I hope you all watch the show. I know that some of you watched the show that I did with Chris from Dice DGen, where I got spanked a little bit, which was kind of fun. And there was a nice little comment thread going on there in the video for that, where, hey, why, it's good to see you play the Horseman, and then why the hell didn't you play the Horseman? Like, you went off the Horseman so fast. Well, two reasons for this. I want to kind of explain what went on there. One is, I did just film, by the way, I told you yesterday, I filmed a series of I got, I think, 10 Horseman videos that I did, which is like the base Horseman, and then every way that I can think of, or that I've seen or tried to play it. So all the different variations of it. One variation of the Horseman is on the Don't Pass, we play either the O-line strategy, which is the progression with the ladder, or I play a regression up and pull, which is what I did there. The second variation is to play the come bets as a 3-point Johnny once you get them set. And I did that for two reasons. I didn't read the table really that well at all, because it was a short timed thing. It's 20 minutes, and Chris frames it as kind of a heads up thing. I'm trying to win that game, so the strategy moves on. So the Horseman is not a big winner strategy. It's definitely a grinder kind of a strategy. So how do you turn that thing into a thing you can play in a tournament? You get aggressive with it. And so I did a couple of really aggressive plays, and they didn't work out. One of them worked out, then two of them didn't work out. And yes, Chris, I got smacked like Chris Rock. LOL, that is funny. All right, I gotta ask you guys. In the chat, just say staged or real if you think that was staged. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, he smacked him. And then he cussed on TV. And then I watched it a bunch of times after that. That thing looks so staged right now after I've seen it a few times. That's funny. Love to see what you guys think about what actually happened there. Anyway, on our channel, on this channel, Casino Gaming TV channel, which hopefully soon, again, we're trying to bump the subscribership up to get to that magical mark for us. But once we get to where we got some critical mass going, we're going to start, and we're starting to do some of this behind the scenes. And I had a nice talk with Jeff McMahon from Mid-Atlantic Craps just a few minutes ago, actually, about this, about doing tournament play and the Craps League. We talked about the Craps League a long time ago. I'm figuring out how to do it. What I'm waiting for in the Craps League, by the way, is the software. I think the best way to do the Craps League is going to be through something like Crapsy or WinCraps. WinCraps cannot do networked gaming yet. Crapsy can do networked gaming, but you can't see all the people's bets. And I think for a league to work, you've got to see 8 people's bets on screen at one time and be able to kind of switch between them. So once Crapsy gets to the point where it can do that, that's when the league gets some traction. And we'll do a full week of shows on the league and how we're going to get a Craps League going, where it's teams of 4 in divisions like football, playing each other, playing playoffs, playing a championship game kind of thing. It's going to be badass. We can do one-on-one craps. We can do tournament style play. And again, Chris is doing a strategy tournament. I play in a lot of tournaments on the Color Up channel and other places. These online tournaments are really, really fun. But it's absolutely a heads up game. And you play differently when you're in a heads up game than you do at the casino when it's you against the casino with your actual money versus here's $200 in fake money and it's me against you or you against him. And how do you play against each other? And that's going to be the topic of today's show. So Jeff and Skill and Vince did a thing, I think last Friday, they called it Friday Night Fights. I've had this idea to do a thing called heads up craps or heads up blackjack or heads up roulette, maybe all four, five, 6 games even, as a weekly series on the Casino Gaming Channel on Friday nights. That was my thought. I like their idea of the Friday Night Fights. I think there's a way to kind of combine on that and have this channel be the host of something like that, where I'm not sure if the one-on-one battles are going to be a league type of thing, or if it's just a bracket type of thing. Brackets have been done so many times. I feel like we should do it find a better way to do it. So I think what I want to do here is join the Discord. It's on screen there. Get into I think there's a channel in Discord. Let me look real quick. I'm going to go pull it up here. Discord. I think there's a channel in Discord that's actually called, I think it's called Heads Up Craps or something like that. Let's start talking in there about the ideas to do it. And some of the ideas that have come by have been to make the. I'm getting in there now to see what I called it. It's called the channel's called Heads Up. If you go to the Discord channel, there's no messages in there, but you can see it here. It's called Heads Up. It's right over here. That would be the place to talk about what a heads up thing might look like. Is it league? Is it just randomly one-on-one people sign up and play in order? How do you think it works? One thing that intrigues me about doing it, the league or the one-on-one thing, is some sort of skin in the game and some sort of I don't know if it's gonna be a prize or what it's gonna be, but imagine paying as an individual $25 to be in the thing, in the heads up league or whatever it is. And we get 20 people playing it, and at the end of it, first place, second place, third place, split that money somehow, right? Or it's a t-shirt or it's a trophy or I don't know what it would be yet, right? But think about, would you be interested in that, right? As a way to kind of have some skin in the game. So it's engaging, I think, and then there's something to kind of root for there. So lots to be discussed on this idea, but that brings me to today's topic. And today's topic, I want to talk, we forgot to do. We're going to talk about heads up in a minute. We're going to YOLO first. Before I jump into the topic of the day, I want to YOLO really quick. Because we have to. We're going to do this. We're going to YOLO. I started this yesterday, and somebody got really mad at me yesterday for doing this. It's funny. This is supposed to be kind of a fun joke, right? This YOLO thing. I want to explain why I'm doing this. I'm going to go zoom or go to the wide table view here, really quick. I got to take these off real fast here. We don't need the strategy things anymore. But the YOLO thing was this. Somebody said a long time ago, you could be a pro craps player. All you got to do, like it's easy, is show up at the casino, do one roll and down, and you're going to be just fine, right? If you can do one roll, can you survive one roll? I'm like, yeah, sure, you can survive one roll, maybe. So here we are, we're YOLOing it. I'm like, let's do it at a ridiculous level just to prove it. And again, I'm doing 6,400 across with the white chips representing the thousands. This could very easily just be 64 across or 32 across, take one hit and go home, right? If you are playing a $100 bankroll and you want to go 32 across for one hit, win your $7 and leave, that's totally fine, right? We're going to do it today and every day at 6,400. So there is $7,000. I'm going to roll 6,400 across, and we're going to see if we can't win one roll, right? And again, I'm cold, right? I'm just walking up to the table. I'm not even, actually, I'll leave this here. I'll pull the $200 out of profit to get this right. There's the 6,000, that's got to be 12, $6,400, right? Across. And again, walk up table cold. I dropped 6K on the table, and I got my $20,000 here because I won on the slots, and I'm going to YOLO it. I'm in Vegas for the weekend. I won 20K on Friday night when I showed up. Can I go to the craps table 6 times and win another $6,000? Right? Can we YOLO this thing and to see what happens? So here we go. Again, Johnny with the cowboy hat and the cigar walked up to the table and said, "Hey." I pushed everybody out of my way and said, "I'm coming in, I'm playing, damn it. I don't care if you're mid-roll or not. They're on a point of 6. I don't care." What is the shooter doing? Well, he's going to set his dice because hopefully I got a good shooter here. And we're going to toss it out there. Can I survive a roll? Can I survive a roll? Here goes the dice, and what happens? We get a yo 11. Like yesterday, we get a horn number out of the gate. We have to sweat one more roll, right? Here comes the shooter. Save my life, shooter. Give me something I can use here. 549. Love it, right? It pays $1,400, and I'm down. So the second day in a row, we YOLO'd it, and we're okay, right? There is our starting bankroll. There's our 20K, and now I've got $2,800 in profit over 2 days, and we've YOLO'd, and we're going back to our hotel room, and we're gonna crack the mini bar open because now we can afford a drink. So that's what's gonna happen there. So every day we're doing this, winner, 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 chicken dinner. We did it again. That is not normal, obviously, right? That's not the way I recommend you play this game, but it's fun to do and say, what if, could you show up at the casino and survive one roll every single day? That's an interesting way to do it. And of course, it's fake money there, but can you imagine rolling up to the casino and that being your entire life mission? Like, I'm gonna go to the casino 246 days a year, which is basically Monday through Friday for the whole year. I think that's what that adds up to. And just drop $6,000 on the table that many times. How many times would you win over the course of the year? Would you be ahead for the year or not? I don't know. That's pretty funny. Oh yeah, that's funny, Greg. Mid-mo YOLO. I love that. That's great. All right, let me check the chats here before we jump into the actual content here. So the couple of things. Skill and Luck says having a plan B, playing heads up craps is smarter than just wanting to go home. Heads up craps is all about plan B. And we're gonna talk about that exact thing because I've played enough tournament craps now to know plan B is where the whole thing is. It's literally plan B in the whole thing. Oh, geez, what happened there? Oh, you know what? I didn't lock my screen size. That's my bad. Lock that. Okay. Duracell says, would enjoy a small series of episodes utilizing in one time bankroll of like 5K. Utilizing a bankroll between 3 or 4. Okay, so you want to do like a long-term team play, we can totally do that. And that might be a good thing for the Pro Craps channel as a separate, maybe not for the morning show. Maybe we can do it at night. I don't know. Good idea. I like that. And doing it, because excuse me, I got to take my own advice a little bit better and say things like this. It's easy-ish to run a strategy one time. Come in the morning, run a strategy, and you're done. One roll though, or one rollout doesn't make a strategy win or lose or be positive or negative. It's just that day. So you're right. Maybe rolling it out over multiple days is probably the way to go. I think that's pretty cool, for sure. And yeah, you need 4 to break even, right? So that's the thing. If I'm doing that across thing, right, we got to win it 4 times to cover the loss that you know is going to come. You know I'm going to get whacked for 6K one of these days. And I'm not pressing. It's just a one-time thing. I think what I might do actually is once I get to a point, once this thing goes to like 30,000, if we can get that far, at 30,000, I may go a little higher. I may take it to 9,600 across. And every $10,000, I'll increase my spread by another, whatever that is, 540. And we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's kind of fun. All right. So let's do this. Let's talk about tournament play, because tournament play is, I think, super fascinating. The differences with tournament play from casino craps, and again, my thing over here is just too much in the way. There we go. Let's get the video looking right. There we go. Sorry about that. Lock it in. Okay. The differences of tournament craps versus casino craps. Normally, it's one-on-one. Okay, so you're playing mano a mano, one-on-one. It's just like when I was playing with Chris. It's it's horseman against the EZ. In a tournament, it's me against, G-Dub, whoever it is, right? We're playing against somebody. That's different, right? And also different is that there's a time limit, right? Tournament play is not just, we're going to play until we decide to stop. No, tournament play is normally 20 or 30 rolls. Look at what Casino Quest does, their 30 roll challenge, right? It's a scoped thing, 30 rolls. In tournaments, what we do on the Color Up side, if you want to join Color Up, by the way, do it. For $5 a month, you can play tournament games too. And the way we do it over there is you get 20 rolls, and then off screen, the dealer rolls a die. I think they roll 2 dice, actually. The total of those dice is how many more rolls you get, but you don't know the number. So your tournament might end 2 more rolls later, or it might be 12 rolls later. You don't know what it's going to be. There's an unknown factor to it. So there's 20 known rolls and then some number of unknown rolls, which means, you can't slow roll this thing. Like, you can't, like, builder strategies are hard. Starting at 32 across, for example, and trying to build your bets up is really tough to do when all you've got is 20 rolls, and it changes that. I say here, you've got limited funds. Usually a tournaments or mano a mano games start you off with $250. That's all you got, or $100. I played in $100 craps tournaments. You get 25-hour chips, and that's all you got. You're very limited in what you can do at that small level. So it takes martingaling, or it takes like the Stern method out of the mix. You cannot play those kind of things because you don't have enough chips in your rail to get you through. If you start out with a bad right away, you're stuck. You can't go. So you got to figure out a way to play with limited funds that's going to rocket you pretty quick. What you're looking for a lot of times is double up, right? Double up wins. And these things, I've won these tournament games where it's either I survived and somebody got hammered. Like the other day I played one. In 2 rolls, I had shown a $40 profit, and my opponent lost everything in 2 rolls. It was like 266-0 was the score of that game. But I've had games where you got to double yourself up. So it's definitely, the limited funds are a challenge for you. And you don't have any skin in the game, right? You're just showing up, and you got fake money, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do with it, which is fine. I think the fake money thing lets you, how do I say this right? Let you explore a little bit about what you want to do. So there's a difference there in that respect. Having an opponent, I think, is interestingly different. That's the thing that makes this, I think, the most different. I'm going to go to the next scene here and talk. I think this next slide has us talking about some of that stuff here, because the approaches and tactics that you take in a heads-up match are so different than you would at a real table. Because you can be aggressive early. Now, I won my last match by being aggressive early. I went out there with 220 inside, and I regressed to 110. I regressed to 64 across. In 2 hits, I had profit, and I was ready to build from at least the $10 level up. And because my opponent got whacked the first time, right? I was up, whatever, 266, whatever it was, he had like $80 left after the first. He went don't pass full odds and got hammered. Coasting, and now I'm $5 pass line, right? I can survive 18 rolls, $5 pass line. Can I survive long enough and he doesn't climb back into it, right? Do you coast for a while? Do you go small, right? On a $5 table, $6, 6 and 8, $6, 6 and 8, $6, 6 and 8, and then go all gangbusters on roll 18, right? Do you coast and act late? Do you stick to your strategy, right? You got to make quick adjustments, because your bankroll is going to be really changing, right? And it changes in big swings, because in a tournament, you're trying to win big money quick against a person. So you may go down quick. If I lost that 220 in that first roll, if he would have 7 down or come out 7, I'd be at $30. Now I got to play a game with $30, right? And I got to short stack this thing and I've done that and come close. I've short stacked it from $50 and almost tied somebody once. Hard, right? But again, it changes the way that you approach the game. Going first or second is a huge impact on how you're going to play this thing, right? You cannot. I'll give you an example. I played a game one time with Chris from Chuck and Dice, right? And so the way that we roll the thing out is they roll the dice, and I got the red die, he has the blue die, and he rolls a 6 and I roll a 3 or whatever, and player comes out with a $70 don't, or he put 75 on the don't to start out with, right? I was going to play the horseman to start out, right? He comes out with a $75 don't pass on the first roll. Now it's my turn to bet, and I was going to go dark. The only way to beat him in that situation is to go darker than him, go 100 on the don't pass. You got to either outbet him on the same, if you're going to be the same way, you got to outbet the guy, or bet lower on purpose and hope that you both get beat by the same thing and that you have less loss, right? That's a way to do it. He dictated completely what I had to do. Like him going dark at that level meant, oh shit, now what am I going to do? I got to go do something totally different now. So I went light side to try and counterbalance that. And, it ended up being a bad table, and he ended up winning on the dark side 3 times. And I was down to like $60 and lost like 360 to 60 or whatever it was, Going first is a big advantage, but you got to have a way to play both ways, right? If you're going second and your opponent goes out there with a big giant across bet, what do? You got to go likely dark because you're not going to beat him at that same game unless you go lighter than him. Same bets but lighter, same bets but darker. There's lots of interesting things. Running a shadow game is interesting, right? Staying just underneath your opponent's bets, right? And on a bad table, if you're both light side, you're gonna lose less, or staying just above him. I actually won a tournament game because we had a side bet going, and the side bet was you could bet up to $5 on any number you wanted to, and those numbers, the way that they set it up, they pay like 5x odds. So a bet on the 12, $1 bet on the 12 paid $1.50. That's how that worked out, right? So we were at the end of our game, we were about tied. I think we were like 15 or so bucks apart. My opponent drops $10 on the 12. I dropped $11 on the 12, right? That was my next move, was $11 on the 12, and figuring, well, I got him by 15 bucks. If he happens to win that bet, I'm screwed. I went $1 higher than him on the same bet. I shadowed him and just went just a little bit higher, just to protect and I basically took his bet away by doing that. Kind of a dick move. The 12 did roll. We both won the 12, and I beat him by $100 because that $1 extra. So there's interesting things with the shadow game versus going right at it and saying, he's on 12, I'm on the 2. And one of us is going to win, one of us is going to lose, right? That's an interesting thing, I think, to do it when you're playing in a tournament game. So there's the kind of the run up of tournament play. It's interesting. And what I want to do here is this. In advance of I'm not sure when Jeff's going to do another Friday Night Fights kind of a show. I'm not sure when we're going to launch the Heads Up Craps thing on this channel here. But in advance of that, I would like to do some one-on-one battling, right? So maybe what we'll do is we'll take maybe you guys can email me or something. If you want to come on, and we'll just do a little bit of 15-minute heads up, or like a 10 roll or 15 roll, heads up battle, to get a sense of what it feels like to do this live. Again, you're live. There's no practice session. You just kind of come in there and do it. So definitely, if you want to do that, you let me know for sure. Let's see. I'm looking at some comments here. Midmo Yo is asking, never played a tournament. Can you play props? You can do whatever you want to. Most tournaments will have a side bet of their own, but typically not the real side bets. Like our tournament, you can't play the ATS, and there's no fire bet, there's no repeater bet, but they have their own kind of special prop bet that you can do. But all the inside stuff, you can do whatever you want to. You can play, one time I played the 12 gauge, and I almost won. I lost that game, but I had a big win early, went big and took a nice collection early, and then I did the 12 gauge. I bet the 12 for 1, 1, 1, for 2, 2, 2, whatever. Hit the 12 twice in that 20 rolls, which was amazing. Still lost, but you can do whatever you want to. You have your own thing. Wayland's Way says, look at my last comment. I think that meant for me. Small time gambler is doing a craps tournament right now. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That's messed up there. So I know that. I think, is he doing the thing that Chris is doing? I think, so Chris from DGen is doing the March Madness style bracket of strategy versus strategy playing to the championship. This other guy, I think, is doing something very similar to that. I'm not sure if it's people or if it's strategies that he's doing, but I'll take a look and see. I'm not sure that if he's doing the same thing Chris is doing, that feels kind of wrong. Well, let's take a look and see what's going on there. But yeah, I think if we do this live with each other, kind of a thing, that could be kind of fun. I think so. Anyway, let's venture over to the table and let's take a look and see what is happening over here. So let's go look at the table. We'll go wide view, and yeah, let's bring out a bankroll here. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to show this, but let's go with 250. Okay, and what would be a way to play? Again, adjusting. So let's make a quick presupposition of how we're going to play. I would like to, with my 250, and again, maybe the tournament's target is, and some of these tournaments are, hit a number, and then you're done. First one to 500 wins. The first one to 400 wins. maybe the target is just 20 rolls, right? If we do a quick 20 roll rollout, let me go ahead and get 20 white chips here. Right, 20 rolls, and that's all we got. We got 20 rolls only, and you're trying to just beat your opponent. And I'll put the 20 rolls up here, and I'll basically, can you see if I put them up here behind me, like that? If I just line them up behind, I'll line them up behind, and we'll track our rolls that way. And I guess the thing to do here is, let's assume our opponent lost. Let's do it. Let's get the dice out here. I'll get a red and a blue. We'll be blue. Our opponent will be red. So the opponent gets to go first, right? The opponent's going to go first, and we can actually set them both up the same way. Let's do it. Let's do a fake. Let's fake the whole thing. What the hell? Give me a second here to get I should have probably set the rack up like this ahead of time. And give me a second here to get myself rolling. There's 125. This is so exciting, I'm sure, for you all. I'm getting really good, by the way. In dealer school, they tell you, be able to pick up 5 chips off a stack every single time, just by feel. It's kind of cool. There's 200. There's 225 for each guy. Plus, we'll do 15 in red, and we'll do 10 in white, which I'm really kind of running low on chips here, but new chips are on the way. There's 10 in white. All right, so each player's got the same 250. And the player in front, who we'll call the red guy, won the rollout. So he's gonna go first, okay? And let's play this where that guy goes dark. Okay, this guy here is gonna drop 75 on the don't to start out with. He's gonna come out heavy. What do I do in this situation? What would you do in this situation? This is a tough call to make, because if you wanted to go dark yourself, you really can't right now, unless you go bigger than this or smaller than that, okay? One option that I've got is to do a $50 don't with $10 come bets and do a horseman and go aggressive. And this is what I did on Chris's channel, right? If I go light here, because I don't know what he's gonna do with this bet. I don't know if this guy's gonna go odds on me. He's gonna let that bet ride. I have no idea what his plan is, right? I can go here, and I'm gonna make the assumption that he's gonna do this, but I have no idea what's gonna happen, all right? This guy here also, because he didn't watch my show yesterday, is gonna drop a $5 yo out there. He's gonna hedge that. I'm not gonna hedge my 50. I'm gonna go horseman. So what I'm gonna do is get the whites out of the way for myself here. And I'm gonna go horseman with $10 come bets, and I'm gonna let them get, and then I'm gonna go odds. I'm gonna go full light side here, pending what this guy decides to do. Let's see what happens if they surprise me. Let's come out, and that'll be the first roll. So come out roll is the first roll, and you can see that chip, right? Okay, good. That is a 549 off the back wall, 549. So we're gonna mark the 9 up. Now, I don't get to go until I have to follow this guy, so he loses $5. I'm gonna follow him. What's he gonna do, right? Well, this guy decides to do this. He's gonna play $30 6 and a $30 8. He's gonna go basically a 6, 7, 8 is what he's doing. So he's dropping $30 out there to the dealer, and he's doing a 6, 7, 8. And now I know what I'm facing, which is cool. He declares himself. He's got 60 here, he's got 75 there. He's hedging himself out, right? I know by doing 3rd grade math that if a 7 comes right now, he's gonna win $15, right? If a 7 comes out right now, I'm gonna win 50, and I'm gonna be okay, even though he went heavier than me. We survived the come out roll together. I'm sticking to what I'm doing. I'm gonna come here and get 3 come bets out and hope that we can avoid these 2 numbers while I'm in the process. Right now I'm praying against everything. And it's funny because looking at last week, there's the 639. Looking at last week, when I was playing team play, I'm like, God, we both got to win. How can we be synergistic out here? How can we both do this thing? Now I'm like, I want this guy to get hammered, and he kind of does. He loses $75. I lose 50, right? I've lost less than him, and I'm already in great shape. My comeback travels to the 9, and now the puck is off, and that's roll number 2. So here, 2 rolls in, right? He's down to about half his bankroll. He's lost 75. He's got 60 in action. I've got $10 in action. I've lost 50. So I'm 40 down to his 70 down. right? We're actually doing good here. This is going to be live, right? This guy, he's playing a 6, 7, 8, is coming back out, right? His strategy is to go back to 70, right? He's got to go all in and keep his strategy alive. Otherwise, those two bets get burned, right? So there's going to be, there's 50, there's $70. He's going to go $70 back out, or $75 rather, to the don't. I'll take his reds away. We'll get him back out in the don't. He's going to play 6, 7, 8 again, and look at his bankroll, right? Now again, he could come back and go on a scorching run and tear my throat out, right? Right now, I'm feeling pretty strong because I'm seeing green and he's not. And there's the midnight, which does nothing for anybody. There's roll 3. There's a 4, 1, 5. That's roll 4. The point's going to be 5. We'll mark up the 4th roll. And again, I'm working down the stack of 20 chips. Now we're on the 5. I'm coming through the come a second time. He's working the 6, 7, 8. And let's just see what happens here. There's a yo-11, which does not help him one bit, but it does give me a nice little win here, a little bonus win in the come box for old Johnny here. Now we're on the 5, 3, 8. So we're on the 8. My come bet will move to the 8. He's going to now get paid 25, 35 bucks. Okay, he's gonna press them both by 1 unit. He's gonna go up 1 unit every time. So he's gonna take those green back, drop 2 whites, and he's gonna go to 36 bucks on both bets to pay 42 on the subsequent hit. That's his play. Here we go. Next one. Oh, I need one more come bet. I'm sorry. One more come bet here. That goes to the 8. So my come bet ends up being an off and on, right? We're off and on for 10 bucks here. That was the next roll being marked up. His 8 does pay 42, 25, 35, 42 bucks for his 36. That's great. He's going to go up again. Again, he's getting what he wants here, right? My opponent is now at 42 bucks, which will pay 50 for 1 on the next point, the next hit of those numbers, should that come. I'm still coming, looking for a third comeback to be set, at which point I will take my Johnny odds. There's the 7. Okay, so on the 7, I'm going to lose these 2. I'm going to win a unit in the come and come back down to my rack. Okay, I will be showing a little bit of profit there. This guy's going to lose all his inside bets. He did collect twice, which was good. He didn't get all his money back, but he collected twice there. His $75 don't pays. So he's going to be right back in pretty good shape. Let's get his rack reset. There's the quarter extra. He's got 125, 150. I've got 50. There's 175, almost 200. I'm like $5 down. We're doing good. Because we 7'd out, the puck is off. There's your counter. He's back at 75. I'm back at 50 to do it again. And now I know what he's going to do. Hopefully, we're going to stay the same strategy. We both get a win, which in this case hurts me, right? He gets the win. I'm here. Now he's going to rack the win like he's been doing. Straight up 6, 7, 8. Me, I'm stacking that up, right? I'm going to go parlay on the don't, parlay and reduce, basically, and play it that way. There's another roll. We're getting down to the halfway point here, and there's the 5, 2, 7. So we both get whacked. I only lose 50. The 50 that I got here was from what I won, and we're out. But that aggressive play that I did here, again, it's tournament aggression because you've got to you got to get yourself in a position to win on these rolls. Now I'm in trouble, right? I was in the driver's seat before. I'm in bad shape right now. Here we come again. We're going to go 50 there, or 75 for him. I'm coming out again with 50. And again, we're not really reading the table so much as we're kind of in a race to see what's going to happen. Here we go. Let's come out. There's a 6. A 4, 2, 6 is the point, which actually is not good for him at all. He's going to do a $30 8, and he's stuck. He's stuck on only having one number to play. He's got the 6. He's got the 7 and the 8, essentially. He's not going to go out and grab another number. A lot of folks that play 6, 7, 8 will grab the 5 or the 9. This guy's going to just sit with what he's got on that. I'm going to come out with that come bet and try and get a third come bet to be set. That was that next roll counter up there. And there's a hard 6. So I come into the 6. The puck comes off. That's another roll. We both lose on the don't again. So a don't pass is not playing well today. Okay. What I'm going to do here, again, in tournament play, and I probably could have done this last time, but this is what I do on Chris's show, is this. I'm going to come out with big time odds on that 6. I'm going to put $50 on it for the come out roll. This guy's coming back out here on his don't pass. Because the horseman got beat on the don't pass, he doesn't go back out. We're not chasing that. We're just going to let these come bets work for me. So here comes the come out. I'm hot and going here. I'm looking for some kind of a play on that thing. And there's the 7, which is what happened to me on the DGen show. The same thing happened. But again, in tournament, I think you got to be a little bit aggressive because you got no other chance, right? Because there is that roll. And actually, I missed another roll here. So we got only 6 rolls left. And I took my shot. I'm like, well, we're going to take the shot and see what happens there. There's a 7. My opponent also, though, loses on the don't, which is okay for me in that respect. And look at this, like a race to the bottom now. This is a race to the bottom. He's got the 8 set. He's going to carve out $30 to play his 6 on the next roll. And what he's got in his rack is 25. He's got $25 that he's going to go all in with on his don't pass. Okay. I can look at his rack and know he's coming here with the 8 or the 6 on the next time. I've got nothing on the don't because I just got burned. I've got a little bit of money in here. So I'm going to play probably one. I mean, I don't know what I can do here. I've only got 20 or $40 in here, right? My best move right here might be to wait this out, get off my strategy, and come through here twice on the next roll and hope that I can get a quick double up on that money. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch gears here and go dark side opposite him here, but for more money, and see if he's going to hedge himself into oblivion, maybe I can catch a quick shorty here. There's going to be a 5-4-9. 5-4-9 is the point. He comes in here. He's all in essentially. Okay. I'm going to come $20 don't and go to the 9. This is going to work out perfect. I'm on the 9. I'm on the no 9. There's another. We have 4 rolls left. Okay, I'm on the 9. He loses his quarter. He's all in. He can't do anything else. He's got to wait for the 6 and 8 to roll. I'm going to go don't pass and hope that I don't get a 7 right this second. There's a 5-1-6. Okay, there's the 6, point is 6. Whether he's working or not, I have no idea. The guy that I played against that did this with me was not working ever on the come out, so I'm going to play it like he played it. Now we're on the 6. I have a no 6. I have a no 9. We have 2 rolls left, and we're going to pull the money back and see what happens. So something has to give here. There's a 9. There's a 9, so I'm going to lose this match. There's the $20 and the 9 goes away. Last roll of the tournament. And it's an 8. He wins in glorious fashion, right? He gets $35 on the 8. He beats me 95 to 20. Now he actually beats me 98 to 30. There's my whites. 98 to 30, I lose the match. And again, trying to play him opposite a little bit and stick with my guns. The one aggressive play that I made bit me really hard. It bit me hard when I played with Chris too, the same thing. But in a tournament, when you've got a limited number of rolls, you got to take every chance you get, I think, to get that win. And that's why I did what I did with Chris. I'm pointing at the screen, you guys can't see me. That's why I did what I did on Chris's show, and that's why I did it this way here, because I'm trying to get like the short window that I've got to get money. I try to go in there and get it good. But you saw how that changed really quick, right? And again, trying to like kind of be less than that guy on the don't every time. I lost less on the don'ts. I never got paid but one time on the come bets, right? What I found in tournament play is that come betting is really, really hard, right? It's really hard to win on any kind of come bet strategy in a tournament. And the reason for that is every come bet needs two 2 rolls for it to pay, unless it pays off in the come, obviously. But it's got to get set. It's got to get another roll to make it pay. If you play 3 and all 3 get hit, let's say you go 5, 6, 9, and then you roll 5, 6, 9. You're 6 rolls into your 20 roll spread, or your 20 rolls that you have, and you got to start over again, right? There's not enough rolls to make those things pay off enough times to outpace an opponent who happens to catch a good run. So you got to be really careful, right? Not careful. You got to be the opposite of careful. You got to be more aggressive, I think. So that's what I believe. So I think that's actually an interesting way to look at it. I want to do this every day this week. I'm going to finish out the week by doing either by myself, or if somebody wants to come on with me and we can talk through this thing, and I'll play your bets for you, and do some one-on-one battling, because I think having to adjust to somebody, and honestly, when we do this, if you want to do it with me, I want to do it to where you're telling me what and why, not just throwing bets out there. I want to know what your thinking is as we're doing it. I think we can all learn from that exchange. So if you're interested, let me know, and we will go ahead and do it. Midmoyo says it was nice to go live. Dude, I was so happy to go live with Chris. I'm going to make this bigger. It was so much fun to do that. I haven't had a chance to meet him yet, right? So good to get a chance to talk and just do it. And just because we're both from Philly, we have some commonality things to kind of chat through. And it's just fun to meet somebody else and kind of do a thing. And it's fun to kind of work a strategy, trying to adjust. And again, you don't have time to adjust here. You got 20 rolls, right? You got to adjust really quick. And again, you make decisions like big odds working on the out that you never would make during a game. Like you wouldn't do that to your game, right? When you're at the casino with your money. Here in a tournament, you got to go all in. So I think that's pretty fun. I mean, let me look at the chats here. So if anything else that y'all want me to talk through, Buckeye Slim says press management is important. It is important. Like I said, the other day when I won, I depressed, right? I went 220 to 110 to 64 across, and I pressed up about 3 times and then brought it all down, right? I did that, and that's how I won that game. You got to be really careful with it. You can't go too crazy with it, right? You can't go too crazy because, again, there's not enough rolls to recover. If you get whacked, you can't recover. This guy here lost 75 on the don't twice. There's no recovering from that with the $200 bankroll. You're just not. So, yes, definitely we'll do it. So, yeah, if you want to do this with me, you let me know by email. john@procraps.net is how you get a hold of me directly. That's the best way to do it. We'll send it out. I know Jeff and Dylan and I think Vince is part of this too. They're going to do a Friday night fights, which is more of a longer format, all leading up to at some point having heads up craps on this channel as a regular thing. And what that looks like, I don't know. But here's what we can do. If you all come here, you all come to, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see it, casinogaming.tv, get signed up, get in the Discord. There's a channel there called Heads Up. Let's use that Discord channel. Again, I'll show it to you so you can see it. There's nobody chatting here yet. The Discord channel called Heads Up has no talk. Hi, this is John. Hello, this is John. Hello, this is John. Let's talk in here about what the rules could be, right? Do you want to do a 20 roll, 30 roll? Do you want to have a side roll? Do you want to have side bets? Do you want to have a buy-in limit? Is it $200, $100, $250? Is it 20 rolls and you're done? Or is it a race to 500 or a race to 0, right? Either somebody gets 0, somebody gets 500, and that's how the game ends. We should talk about the rules. What do you all want to do in the games? And let's set it up here and make it our thing. Let's make this our thing so that it's the way we want to play it. And I think that would be super fun. So, hey, on points here, no shoots. Look at that. We're getting real-time feedback. Y'all can't see this, but I'll move it over. There it is. Real-time feedback as I'm typing. People are typing in with me. So there it is, guys. Let's get in it. Let's talk about tournament play. And again, we did team play last week. Now we're doing the opposite of team play. So it's me against you. All of it to stretch your brains about how to play this game, right? When it's your money on the table at the casino, we have all these great, carefully thought out, really good strategies to play. When you're with a team, there's different levels of aggression that are monitored throughout the team, and you're looking at a common goal. When you're in tournament play, it's, I got to beat this guy. Now I'm actually playing the don't against you. Like, there's a difference there, right? And I think this is going to be super fun. I can't wait to get through this with y'all. And yeah, I want to give a shout out and a thanks to Mike for having me, or for Krista for having me on to play with him live, which was fun. thanks to Jeremy for running tournaments that I get a sense of what this is like all the time. And thanks to Jeff and Skill and Vince for doing the Friday night fight last weekend, which is like now we have that was the push that I needed to get this thing going. Like that was like, okay, now we're doing. Now this is a beautiful thing. And it's kind of coming right into what we wanted to talk through. So I think, look at all the people chatting. Dice DGen's here. This is awesome. Let's use this room to talk about the rules. Let's set up the rules. Let's set up a schedule. Let's make this work. I am looking really, really forward to the next steps here. So it's going to be hella fun. All right. I guess the last thing is to go through the chats one more time. Let me go to this view here. I'm going to run through here to make sure there's nothing that I missed in chats. Buckeye's down for it. Yeah, Jeff's, I think, having the players explain their way on my show, right? I think we do this. Let's call this out, right? On this show, if we do a 15 roll thing, explain what you're doing, I'll explain what I'm doing, just like we did here. Let's get all the knowledge out there. If we do an actual league where it's like me against you, I don't want to hear what you're thinking. Like that's going to be literally like a tie fight. Like we're going to go and we're just going to get it done. So there's that. Any questions that I missed either? Doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. So I've covered all the important things in chat. If there's anything else you want to go over, drop me a note now and we'll talk through it. So let's see. The best band name ever. Lucky and the D-Gens. That's great. That's awesome. Really cool. So yeah, and think about teams. I know Greg said this a while back. I think him and somebody else want to do a team. If you want to be on a team and do the Craps League as a team also, over here in the thing, let me go get to the screen share. Where's my screen share? There it is. If you want to do a team thing, don't switch. You can do, there's chat for the team. There's the Craps League. Where's the Craps League chat? Craps League. It's somewhere in here. Oh, the Craps League right there. There's a Craps League chat room as well where we can talk about what are going to be the rules around the chat league, or the Craps League. So get into here, and again, we'll talk through the league, we'll talk through the heads up stuff, and you can just talk about whatever the heck you want to talk about. We have all sorts of channels here, one for every show. In fact, Jeff has a channel specifically for Craps Chat. So when you want to bring up ideas for his show that's coming up not this Sunday, but next Sunday, or I forget when it's coming up next, but the next Craps Chat, here's where you're going to put in, hey, Jeff, I wish you would talk about this. So there's that. All right, cool. That's it. It's 9 o'clock. Dishwasher Man has not shown up yet, so I do not have a sense of when I'm going to not have to wash my own forks anymore, but hopefully soon. That said, 9 o'clock almost 9 o'clock. Think of your team names. I'm loving the team names that are coming in. This is great. Awesome sauce. Great. Y'all have a good Tuesday. Wish me luck with the dishwasher. And again, if you want to do this with me, let me know. We'll do it live during the week. And again, I think Jeff's going to do another longer form one with the guys on Friday. So that said, y'all have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. John out.